So what we're going to do now is we are going to add a toolbar icon here, because the idea again is to make it so that once the users have created an account, they're going to be taken to where they can post a journal, right? Which means they have already created an account, they have logged in and so forth. So we don't have to take them back all the way to the get started. That is the idea. So to make our flow better here, as we looked at this earlier, we will have to find ways in which we can invoke from our list, which it's empty at this point. We're going to be able to invoke by clicking a button to add a post. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So first of all, we're going to go to our res folder here. I'm going to create a new res resource. So click like that. And I want this to be called menu. And the type is going to be, of course, of menu. There we go. And now we have our menu there. So I'm going to right click again, add another file, resource file. I want a menu resource. It's very handy, right? So click there, and I'm going to just call this menu again. Very good. So you can see we have our menu there. I'm going to go into the text so we can see the code and write it right away here. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add an item like that. And this item, I'm going to say Android, give it an ID. The ID is going to be action_add like that. I'm going to continue. Let's close this down there so we don't have issues. All right. So, and then I'm going to say again, icon. The icon I'm going to add is going to be from our Android namespace, and I'm going to find the action. I'm going to say drawable, and I'm going to go ahead and get the add menu like that. Okay, it's going to be something like that. In fact, let's see if I can find something else. I'm going to say IC add input, perhaps. Very good. We can't quite see it yet. Continue. I'm going to give it a title because I want it to say something. I'm going to create one here that's going to say menu title. Let's create that one. Add thoughts. There we go. See, this says add thoughts there. Show as, I'm going to say always. So in this case here is going to be just sitting there hiding. I don't like that color very much. So let's actually use the IC add. Let's see. Let's add menu add. I think that's much better. All right, there we go. We close this one down. We could have done this, of course, using drag and drop, but I just want to show you how to do that. Now, next thing, I'm going to add another item here. So each item is essentially a menu item, if you will. So I'm going to say ID. It's going to be action, sign out, and I'm going to give it a title that's going to say sign out, and app show action. I'm going to say never because I don't want it to show anywhere. So you can see, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and close that one down as well. So we have everything is looking good. Looks like we can make this better. I'm going to just go ahead, replace with if room. Okay, there we go. And title, it wants us to extract this. Of course, we can do that. There we go. Very good. So now we have our menu. We have to invoke that inside of our journal list. First of all, we're going to have to call the onCreate menus options like this. We pass in the menu. I'm going to say get menu inflator. I'm going to go and inflate that. Say r.menu. Look at that. That main. We call this menu. And I'm going to pass menu object that we're passing there. Okay, this one here, very good. And everything is good. And I'm going to go ahead and then on click listeners here, I'm going to say on options, item selected for menus. This is where I'm going to go ahead and add another switch here that says item menu.get item ID. So case where r.id that is action add. Then we're going to break for now. And this is where we're going to add take users to add journal. Okay. In another case where r.id that action sign out. I'm going to break. And what we're going to do here is we are going to sign. What we're going to do here is we're going to sign user out. Okay, so they're done. I'm going to sign them out and remove them. Very good. So at this point, if I save this and refresh, we should see, hopefully, the icons showing here. Looks like we have to go all the way again. No problem. I'm going to log in, paolo@me.com. Password. Let's log in. There we go. There's Paolo. I'm going to add something new. Why not? Next thought. This thought is better. Let's go ahead and save. And voila, you can see here we have our button and we have our sign out. It looks really good. So nothing happens yet, but at least we know that this is there. Okay, so the next video, what we're going to do, we're going to implement these buttons here, the add, and of course the sign out. And of course, we're going to rewire the whole application so that it follows that configuration that we had there before, where if users already have sign in or have sign out before, so this is not the first time they've used this application, we'll use the Firebase sessions to make sure that they don't have to see the first screen get started and go through that process. So it's going to be more dynamic and so forth. All right, very good. I'll see you in the next video.